Here we go. Ah, oh my God, you guys. I just solved a tech problem on my own, I think. Okay, hold on, let me know. It looks like it's working now. It looks like it's working now. Let me know. Okay, I did. I solved it. I solved it. I solved it. Ooh. All right, sorry about that, guys. My little machine forgot what my mic was called. So it's me, Lauren Cadillac, aka OG Cadillac, aka Mother of the Decade, 2 decades and running. Welcome. Today, I need everybody in the chat. There's not a lot of there's no like exciting trials going on. There's definitely some interesting developments and news, but no active trials. So get in the chat, ask me things you have been wondering, talk to me. Let me hear it all from you. Okay? Let's make today super interactive. I love it when y'all are chatting with me. You give me something to talk about, you give me new ideas, and I appreciate it. Okay. So, the first thing I want to talk about is, oh, no, hold on. Before I get to that, and good morning, Nitty, and thank you. Get in here, let's talk. Okay, and thank you, Finance Bro, for letting me know that you couldn't hear it. So I'm glad we're back on. I am at 13,000 subscribers, which is like unbelievable. I took my daughter in October for her birthday to a Korn concert. It was her first concert. She loves metal. Korn with a K. Or elote. Anyhow, there were 13,000 people at that show. And it is like wild to me to think that many people are subscribed to this channel, or that many people have like watched me. It's crazy. So thank you so much for your subscribes, your likes. I have a bunch of people who joined the membership. I appreciate it. And I'm going to create specific content, special members only content. I just haven't had time to do it. There's been a lot going on at work and in my own personal life. So I promise I'll get you there. I will get there. We will get there together. Okay. Yesterday, I want to say it was yesterday. I woke up to the news that Gene Hackman had died. The dude's 95, so that's not very shocking. To make it 95 years is like such a blessing, right? But then I read that his wife was found dead, as was their dog. And I read that the Santa Fe police said there's no foul play. If you find the dog deceased, something's up. There's something going on. There's some foul play. Like, there's people, even if they want to take their own life, they're not going to take the life of their dog. Like, it just does not make sense to me. Like, how could there not be some kind of foul play? So the investigation has continued. Okay. They found Gene Hackman in the mudroom, which for those of you like me who are not from like the Midwest, it's like a door area where you like leave your shoes because it's muddy outside. And he had his cane, and it looked as if he had fallen over, and a spilled pill bottle was there. Okay. But then what's even more interesting, mind you, he's 95. So a 95-year-old that slips and falls and passes, like, that's not a shocker unless there's some kind of physical wounding. Then, I think we can all pretty much assume they were just old. But his wife was only 65. And I don't know if you guys know anything, but 65 is like the new 45, right? Like 95 is the new 65, really. People are living so much longer nowadays. So for the wife to be found, that raises suspicion. So she was in a bathroom near an open prescription bottle and scattered pills. There was also a space heater in the bathroom, and they said that they found her in like a mummy-like condition. So that's crazy. But then the German Shepherd that had lost its existence ended was found in a closet. Another German Shepherd that was healthy was next to the wife when they came in, and then a third German Shepherd was outside. Dogs are so loyal, right? So if their owner, the other day, I walked into the hallway and my dog is sitting outside of my daughter's bathroom door. And I'm like, why is he saying like he's sitting in the hallway? It didn't make any sense. But I saw that her bathroom door was shut. He's just sitting there waiting for her, right? Like, that's how dogs are. They're very, very, very loyal. So the dog sitting next to her makes perfect sense. The dog being outside makes sense because maybe the dog was outside and then, couldn't come back in. What doesn't make sense is why another dog was in a closet and why both of these people had spilled pill bottles. Okay, let's go to this video. This is from the New York Times. I am a subscriber to the New York Times. Let's see what we can see here. No, do we have audio? Hold on. Okay, let's see if this works. Nope. Y'all, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's try this. Nope. Okay, hold on, guys. Bear with me. I'm sorry. We literally tested everything yesterday to make sure it was working. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so no obvious signs of foul play. But there's no external trauma, and they're doing autopsies. But it just doesn't make sense to me. I want to know what your theories are. So I had a theory. Oh, let me put this. Her body was found mummified and bloated. So she's next to a space heater, right? Like, how did she become mummified? Bloated, I could see. So originally, I had a theory that I had a theory that maybe Jean passed, and then maybe she doesn't want to, continue without him on this earth. And then maybe, this is them together, maybe the dog ate some of the pills that spilled out. Hey, Brian, long time no see. Carbon monoxide was actually eliminated. It's not a gas leak. There was no kind of leak or anything. There's no external trauma and no sign of foul play. But make it make sense. Again, a 95-year-old falling, that makes sense, right? But here we have a 65-year-old who is also found with an open pill bottle. Now, doesn't that seem a little convenient to you? So they both have spilled pills. I don't know, man. Hey, Jazzy. Yeah, so carbon monoxide has been ruled out. Both of them have spilled pill bottles. Why is the dog in a closet? A closet? I don't know. I don't know. It seems there's too much. Maybe I've seen too many movies. One thing I even thought is there a Gene Hackman movie with this kind of plot line, you know? I don't know. I don't know. The fire department found no evidence of a toxic leak. Um, they tested it for carbon monoxide. They found nothing. They were trying gas lines around the home. There's no signs of issues with the gas lines around the home. They say officials stumbled on a prescription pill bottle with pills scattered around the room where his wife and one of the dogs was discovered. Okay, so very easily the dog could have eaten some pills, and that's how my dog who's waiting for my daughter, he's also eating anything he can find on the ground. In fact, I took him to visit my son at college, and he was trying to eat stuff from the floor of my son's dorm elevator. I said, "Oh no, don't do that. This is probably drugs, and not the good ones, because the good ones people will pick up." Hey, Nene, welcome. I agree, Jazzy. Something is off. It does not make sense. If it was just him and the dog, okay, that would make a lot of sense to me. But I don't know. It just doesn't add up. Maybe, like I said, I've watched too many movies. I do love movies. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems so suspect. And then the police are just like, oh no, no foul play. Like, people can be poisoned, right? Like, there's ways to take lives without like a gun. So it seemed like they were a little like flippant or nonchalant about it, at least as far as I'm concerned. We're going to see how that unfolds. We're going to see how the investigation goes. We'll figure out over time what's going on. Okay, so my next update is about Diddy. First and foremost, I will be attending the Diddy trial on May 5th and 6th. Some people have expressed interest in doing a meet and greet in New York City. I would love to do it. If you're in the area or you're familiar with the area, I would love to meet somewhere near the courthouse. I'm trying to stay near the courthouse. So like a nice short walk from the courthouse. We could meet in the evening on either the 5th or the 6th. The 5th is Cinco de Mayo, or Cinco de Drinko as we call it. So maybe we meet on the 6th. I don't know. Get in the comments and let me know what you want if you're able to make it, okay? And if you're interested, and especially if you know anything about the area, I need suggestions, all right? Like a nice place we can all meet up and buy drinks or whatever, and I can meet you in person and hang out. That would be really fun. We did a meet and greet in Atlanta during the Young Thug trial, and it was great. It went really well. So I just know absolutely nothing about New York City. Like nothing. So, okay, now, Diddy. Couple updates with Diddy. First and foremost, this guy is Anthony Rico. Isn't that ironic? We all know Rico is a BS charge that the states can use to kind of get you in jail for nothing, for existing. Rico filed a motion, and this is interesting. When I file a motion to withdraw, I have never used the language under no circumstances. Okay, I've never used that. I say like something's broke down in the attorney-client relationship and I can't go further. But he says under no circumstances. I mean, that's pretty strong language to me. Like, that is strong language. Under no circumstances. So, Rico is trying to withdraw. Now, if you guys watch Sarah Boone with me, you know that oftentimes narcissists think they can do a better job than their lawyer. And narcissists try to run the legal show, right? That, oh, well, we should do this. We should do this. What, did you go to law school? No? Okay, then shut up. So I believe that Anthony Rico is withdrawing for one of two reasons. Either Diddy is being narcissistic and trying to run the legal show, trying to say, oh, we need to do this, this, and this. You're not a lawyer. We don't care. Or since he's like one of 5 very predominant lawyers, he's not getting enough attention or responsibility in the case, and so he doesn't want to deal with it. Or, I guess there's 3 things. Or he found out some really serious shit that Diddy's done, and it violates his own personal moral code to represent him. So, like, personally, I could never represent someone who's been accused of, like, harming a child. Okay? I believe strongly in the Constitution and a person's right to a criminal defense, a right to having an attorney and a zealous advocate. But I'm also a mom, and I can't, that's an area I can't touch, period. So possibly he has found out some information that is just like crosses a moral boundary for him to continue, and he doesn't want to do it. Could be any of those. Now, get in this chat and tell me which of the 3 you think it is. Do you think Diddy's trying to run the show? Do you think Rico isn't getting enough attention? Or do you think he found out something that is just morally abhorrent? Okay, Jug, welcome. Says, I wouldn't represent Diddy. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, okay, well, I can't say that. The thing is Diddy's a paying client. And everyone has a right to a fair trial and a fair defense, and everyone is innocent until proven guilty. So I could represent Diddy in that sense. But then on this other hand, like the accusations of things that have gone on with minors and just the accusations themselves are like the type of accusations I don't really want to touch. I don't really want to, I wouldn't want to defend someone in Diddy's position. But I would absolutely defend Luigi Mangione, and we're going to talk about him in a minute here. Jug, I definitely think Diddy did it too. Like, I think Diddy's guilty as sin. And I have said to people, like, the only reason Diddy isn't dead in his jail cell is because he didn't hang out with Bill Clinton. But you hang out with the Clintons and you get caught, we all saw what happened to Epstein. And the Epstein papers were supposed to come out yesterday, and of course they were highly redacted, and, just so much damn drama, you guys. I swear to God. Ever since January, 20th? It's been nonstop drama in our country. Ooh, we got a special guest, y'all. Come on in. Say hi to Tylen.
Hi, everybody.
If you recall, Tylen was here a few weeks ago, and he stopped in to say hi. He works here at my office building, and he is a fabulous young man and human being. And if you are a cute single lady, he is available. I just embarrassed him. On YouTube, I know, live on YouTube.
It's not
wow.
the first time, actually.
No, it's not the first time, and it won't be the last, Tylen.
No, it won't.
Hey, Nene. Okay, so, all right, the next thing about Diddy. All right. Y'all remember that Tony Busby, the Texas lawyer, came out and said, I have like 125 victims. We're going to be filing all these suits, blah, blah, blah. Right? I know you all remember that. Then he filed a suit with an anonymous plaintiff who was 13 at the time of the incident, right? And then he added Jay-Z to that suit because this person claimed that Jay-Z was there and participated in this egregious behavior. Well, Jay-Z came out and said, oh my God, you're trying to extort me and I didn't do it, da da da. I gotta be honest, that's hard to believe. It really is. It's hard to believe that Jay-Z was not involved with Diddy and his going on in some way, shape, or form, right? But whatever. So Busby has since dropped the Jay-Z portion of that lawsuit, okay? But now Diddy's lawyers are attacking Busby and, of course, his style and whatnot. Okay, so if I, as an attorney, am going to go, well, actually, let's go as an example. Joe Tapioca is a New York attorney, but he went to California and defended Rocky. The way you can do that is through pro hoc vice. So that's PRO, new word, HAC, new word, VICE, pro hoc vice. And that basically allows you have to find an attorney in that state who will, sit by you and sponsor your pro hoc vice admission. And it'll allow you to practice in that courtroom for that case, right? As long as the judge allows it, right? In every situation where you're doing pro hoc vice, you have to apply into that case, right? So if Diddy wanted to hire me, which he wouldn't and I wouldn't, but if he did, and I need to go practice in New York, I do a pro hoc vice application, I file it, and they're almost always allowed, right? As long as your license is in good standing. We all know the federal rules. The state rules are in a book. You can read them. No big deal. So in this case with Diddy, his defense is actually fighting the pro hoc vice application. And the reason is that they have said that Busby has solicited what we call barristry clients and, has acted, their accusation is that he's acted unethically, so he shouldn't be allowed to come into this New York court. Okay, it makes sense. It's actually a really good way to try to get rid of a lawyer, which is a good strategy when you're trying to defend a client. So those are the big updates on Diddy. All right, so May 5th, I'll be out there. I need y'all's help. I need your help planning. Please, please, please. If you know anything about New York, help me. Help me. And we'll do a meet and greet. Okay. So now I want to move on to a Luigi Mangione. Never have I ever found an Italian boy to be so freaking cute. This kid, it almost makes no sense to me. He's raised in a wealthy home, in an Italian home. He is very smart. He gets these science-y degrees and stuff. And I'm sure healthcare has never been an issue for him. Even if his insurance denied coverage to him, his family has money. So I don't really understand why he in particular would be the one to want to shake up the insurance industry by unaliving the CEO. Okay. That part doesn't make complete sense to me. So, nonetheless, the this man, Luigi, has really been sensationalized. And almost everyone that I know, everyone in the United States, has had an issue with their insurance denying coverage. Okay? It happens all the effing time, man. Insurance will deny coverage. Deny, defend, oppose. Like, those are the 3 Ds of insurance, right? Like, the point I'm trying to make is I don't know how either Luigi or the state, really more so the state, could get a fair trial. I don't know how they're going to have a fair trial. I don't know anyone in the United States that doesn't have some kind of resentment towards healthcare CEOs. How are you going to find 12 people in New York and Pennsylvania that are not biased against the victim? Good luck with that. I mean, people are calling this kid an American hero, right? Like, he's really shaking it up. So it's going to be very difficult. It is going to be very, very difficult for the state of New York, for the federal government, and for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So the Luigi's lawyers there was a hearing, and I want to go, hold on, let me see where I got the pictures. I have pictures, hold on. Okay. So he goes to this hearing last week. I mean, even in this vest, he looked so freaking cute, right? He's just dressed so nicely. Of course, he's wearing green. He's Luigi. Luigi has to wear green. I freaking love it. Okay, so let's see if we can watch part of this appearance. It's in federal. A lot of this is in federal court, so we're not gonna be able to see it. No. Oh, here we go. Okay, before we hear what the judge said. One thing that really confuses me on this case is how he has 3 sets of cases. Like, this seems like double jeopardy. Usually either the Fed or the state. Now, I could see having state charges in New York and state charges in Pennsylvania. Or even having federal charges out in New York and state charges in Pennsylvania because he was on the run or whatever, right? But how do you have 3 jurisdictions prosecuting you for the same crime? That's not legal. That's not how our system works. All right, so let's hear what the judge said. These loafers, this man in his loafers have been the whole news cycle, okay? This outfit has been the whole news cycle. Maybe because he looks so much like a preppy and a yuppie, an Ivy Leaguer. But it kind of reminds me of when Obama wore the beige suit and everybody went apeshit. Okay, here we go. We'll go back. Okay. This crowd, and now most of these are women because, he's pretty cute. But this crowd is why I don't think he's going to get a fair, like, there's no way for either party to have a fair trial. Mm. Okay, so his lawyer had a very brief press conference, but in it, she mentioned that Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, and I guess like the chief of police, have already appeared in an HBO documentary about this case, and they've talked about evidence in that documentary that she had not been provided. So if you guys remember from Young Thug, the under Brady, the government has a duty to hand over their evidence to the defense. So to see evidence for the first time on a freaking TV show is very upsetting. It should be upsetting to any attorney out there. That is not okay. And HBO is everywhere, right? It's literally a worldwide app or whatever you want to call it. So now there's even greater chances that there's no jury pool, because you have the mayor and the chief of police out here talking about the case and giving out evidence. Okay, so they created a website, all right? And in it, they have links to each of the causes, so we'll go look at this. Okay, so this is the New York State, the Supreme Criminal Court, and let's see. Can we see the indictment? No. Okay, so here's the here, charges. All right. So we have criminal possession of a weapon, criminal possession of a firearm, intentional ending of a life, possession of a forged instrument. Now this one, and it says top charge. This is what really concerns me. They are trying, here, it goes below here, top charge and then the secondary charge. They are trying to get this young man on terrorism. There are several issues with that. First, terrorism is supposed to involve a large group. And like the 8 CEOs of insurance corporations are not a large group. Okay, so that's going to be difficult to prove. But secondly, if they prove it, everyone that's donated to him can then be charged with aiding terrorism. And I think that's why they're doing it. I think that is why they put these charges out here. So let me see if I can. Let's see. Act of terrorism. Okay, here we go. All right. So the elements that the prosecution will have to prove in order for a jury to find him guilty is that the act is intended to intimidate or coerce civilians. It's intended to influence government policy, and it results in one or more of the following: a specified offense, injury or death, mass destruction, or disruption of essential infrastructure. All right, so this we know is that element can be proven because someone is no longer alive. Done. This is going to be difficult to prove. How is the taking of the life of a CEO intended to influence government policy? Although government policy does often touch healthcare, so that's a difficult, like a stretch argument, but I do think you could get there. And the act is intended to intimidate or coerce civilians. Well, this is the issue. Let's see. How a civilian is defined. Civilian. Nope. Here we go. Any person who is not a member of the armed forces. Okay, so was this act intended to intimidate or coerce anyone who is not a member of the armed forces? Well, these CEOs are not members of the armed forces, so that might actually be something that could be proven. But again, this is going to be a stretch, right? It's going to be one of the harder crimes he's been charged with. But again, he's been charged with this, I'm guessing, not because of him and his actions, but because everyone who donates to him, if he's found to have committed an act of terrorism, everyone who sends him financial support is then guilty for supporting a terrorist. Now, is the state of New York going to be able to prosecute, 500,000 people? Probably not. But if you were already someone on the government's radar, if you donated to this, would be a great and incredibly easy way to get you in jail. And that would be an easy one to prove. He's been proven guilty of this. Here's the check entry where you gave money. Boom. Okay, so it says the first degree murder charge alleged he killed the executive in furtherance of an act of terrorism, which is legally defined as an intent to intimidate or coerce the civilian population or a government unit. One of the second degree counts also alleges he committed murder as a crime of terrorism. I don't know. I feel like it's a little stretch. I feel like it's a little bit of a stretch. Okay, so that is the New York State charges. All right. Oh, no. That was the New York State. Hold on. All right. Those are the New York State charges. Now we'll go here. This is the federal charges. Okay. Start at the top. Here's the sealed complaint. Here's the arrest on writ. Notice of his lawyer's appearance. Notice, it looks like a husband and wife duo. I like that. Okay, minute entries, medical order. Now, a Brady order. That means government, you need to turn over evidence to the defense, period. Okay, order to continue in interest of justice, so on and so forth. All right, let me see. Can we see the complaint? Here we go. Here's the complaint. So the first charge the federal government is charging with, so we just looked at New York State government, now we're looking at the federal, is stalking, travel and interstate commerce. I do definitely think that happened. If he truly is the person who took the life of the CEO, then yeah, that did happen. Stalking and use of interstate facilities, murder through use of a firearm. Now, usually the Fed does not go for people who have taken the life of another, unless that is like a charge that's going on top of other things. And so, of course, here. And then firearms offense. And then it goes into facts. It talks about the investigation. Oh, here's the fake ID he used. And the fake ID, I think, is what he's being, let's see if we can see this. The Pennsylvania charges have to do with the fake ID. Let's see. So in Pennsylvania, he's got forgery, firearm without a license, tampering with an ID, and processing instruments of crime. That's a misdemeanor if he possesses instruments of crime. I don't know what an instrument of crime is. And false identification to a cop. So when we started the Luigi discussion, I said it makes sense that either the state of New York prosecutes him with those crimes and then Pennsylvania with those crimes, but not the Fed, or the Fed in Pennsylvania, but not New York, the state. Here, it's actually all three, and New York is calling the unaliving terrorism, whereas the United States, the Fed is just calling it the unaliving. Okay. I like that they put these color photos in here and circled things. This is very helpful for the judge and for us as the audience. Okay, here he is in the cop car. There's the backpack, the gun, him smiling. Remember, he flirted with the girl, and that's how they found him. And so that's it. That's his indictment, okay? And let's look at the notice of it. Let's just look at this. Oh, wow. That is not fancy at all. Wow, that is some chicken scratch. Okay, so Luigi is facing, and this is the other thing, there's going to be 3 separate trials. It's a trial at the Fed, a trial at the state in New York, and a trial at the state of Pennsylvania, right? 3 different trials. So good luck finding 36 human beings who are not incredibly either apathetic or like kind of slightly happy, you know, that this happened. I mean, it's going to be so incredibly hard to find 36 neutral jurors. Let's see, 24 of which need to be in New York and the remaining 12 in Pennsylvania. I don't know. I don't know how the state could get a fair trial. I don't know how Luigi could get a fair trial at this point, especially with the New York government coming out and doing the damn HBO special. It doesn't even make sense. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right, guys. That is our entire update for this week. I have heard that Lil Baby is facing some charges, so I'm definitely going to look into that. I'm going to keep an eye on Gene Hackman, keep an eye on Diddy. I want you to comment about the meet and greet in New York if that's something you would want to do. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share with your friends. And members, thank you. I will make some membership content here soon. Just give me a little bit of time, all right? I appreciate you so much for joining me today. And if there are any interesting trials or anything you're interested in me covering, just let me know. Put it in the comments. Let me know, okay? I'm open. I'm excited to go over these kind of things. You know I'm a nerd. All right, y'all. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week.